What can be seen designates what is no longer there. For many people, a city is a place to spend money, a centre for consumerism. This creates opportunity and wealth for some, but also results in the opposite for others. Those who do not comply find themselves on the peripheries, displaced in a world where they cannot afford to live. On one side are the displaced, on the other are the consumers. Things that amount to nothing, or almost nothing, symbolise an Orient walker's steps. Rubbish and discarded objects are the byproducts of consumerism, but they show the story of the city. They allow us to read what happens in the city. Objects and words have hollow places in which past sleeps. The leftover objects and rubbish we discard leaves a trail of breadcrumbs and allows us to map what is happening and where in relation to what is thrown away, and creates networks. The objects and things we discard would normally be overlooked, but they show and affect our everyday lives. This brought us onto the idea of objects having a social life, and through more reading we found object-orientated ontology. Things make us just as much as we make things. Objects are at the centre of its study, contending that nothing has a special status, but that everything exists equally. For example, object-orientated theory steers a path between the human behaviour and social relativism and pondering their nature and relations with one another, as much as with ourselves. This helped us to revalue objects that are disregarded around the city and reevaluate how the waste, on a personal scale and city scale. Carrier bags are wasted at 4 billion bags a year and are a readily available resource, so we decided to rethink how we could use the plastic bag. The bag is a symbol of consumerism, and by using it again to help those at a disadvantage in this society helps bridge a divide. The heterotopia is capable of juxtaposing in a real place several places, several sites that themselves are incompatible. We use the plastic bags to create a coat, providing something useful for homeless people, bringing together different places of consumerist society. Stories about places are makeshift things. They are composed with the world's debris. Another theory that we looked at was action network theory, which treats objects in a social theory way, and the capacity for objects to relate and participate in systems and/or networks. This maps the relations that are simultaneously material between things and semiotics between concepts. Relationships are both material and semiotic. How does the rubbish held within a bin react to the area around it? Where are the networks that relate it to the structural network of the city? Is waste a part of the network that makes a city run? To tell a story is to invent a spatial syntax, to create a route through spaces.